When an asteroid or comet composed of these heavy metals enters the Earth's atmosphere, it heats up at high temperatures and collides with the ground in a semi-liquid state. If this collision took place in a watery field, then this high-temperature semi-liquid asteroid or comet quickly cooled into a plate form due to the depression it made from the ground. We know that as soon as hot iron is immersed in water, it cools and darkens. At the same time, this process occurred during the formation of the Black Sea, so that is why the color of the Black Sea is black. As far as I know, the fourth explosion that left a trace on the ground took place in Lake Baikal. The water of the lake is the best quality water in the world. It is sometimes called silver water. Aliens threw an asteroid or a comet in order to destroy this land when it was a continent. But this explosion did not produce any result. Because this land is connected with a strong coverage. This land is connected from the north to the Arctic Ocean, that is, to the Arctic continent, from the south to the Great Altai and Himalaya mountains. Since the explosion was weak, it did not have enough power to split the land in half. The force of the explosion was directed to the deep layers of the Earth. In modern times, Baikal is the deepest lake in the world. Its deepest point reaches 1642 m. Despite the fact that small rivers flowing into the lake have carried sediment for billions of years, the lake has preserved its depth. The walls of the lake, like the walls of the Black Sea, are very hard due to the material of the asteroid or comet that fell there. The walls of solid material did not allow the ash to fill completely. The name of the lake was given by the Turkic people. It is a combination of two words. The first word, bey, in this name is in the Turkish language. It refers to a wealthy, slender, strong, intelligent, wholesome, healthy person. The second word, stay kal, is also in the Turkish language and is used in different situations. For example, stay where you are, stay young. That is, don't grow old, stay healthy, stay beautiful, etc. In this name, stay the word is used in the sense of stay like a gentleman. We have explained the meaning of the word bey above. The Turks living here used the water of the lake, and knowing that it is good for people, makes people healthy and cheerful, they named the lake Baikal. What makes the water of the lake so useful? That its walls are made of meteoroid material. I don't know how many explosions it took to break up a continent formed by the arrival of water on Earth and create 5 continents. To the 4 explosions I have listed above, I can add a few explosions that I understand. For example, it can be assumed that there was such an explosion in the Baffin, Okhotsk, Baltic, Mediterranean, and Hudson Bays. From all this research, it can be concluded that the Earth was artificially placed in the solar system. After placing the Earth in the solar system, the necessary conditions for creating and sustaining life have been established on this planet. After these conditions were established, the first people moved to Earth. In the later times, people increased and took control in all areas thanks to their intelligence and herds. Modern scientists say that living organisms appeared on Earth 4 billion years ago. If we believe this report, then humans must have been brought to the Earth a little after 4 billion years, because the Earth was created for humans. Without humans, the Earth loses its value. If the people living on Earth in the modern era have lived for a little less than 4 billion years, then they would have mastered the secrets of science from very ancient times. They would not live in vain in these 4 billion years. The period of development of science and technology that we humans have gained on Earth is 300–400 years. Then such a question arises: how is it possible that people live on Earth for nearly 4 billion years but do not develop, cannot learn or master any field of science and technology? I think this is impossible. Modern scientists say that the period of one ocean, one continent, one sea, that is, the Pangaean period, is 3,430 million years. I think modern scientists have made a mistake in this report. In my opinion, the creative force that created the Earth entrusted the Earth to living beings and humans, who are the highest of living things, in a short period of time, that is, shortly after its creation. In my opinion, we are not the first people to come to Earth. I I don't know how many civilizations came and lived on Earth before us. I can say that, as the last civilization on Earth, no other civilization has left a deep mark like ours. According to scientists, the civilizations living on Earth were destroyed due to the disaster. In my opinion, the destruction of the civilizations before us was not due to a natural disaster. With the arrival of water in the early formation of the Earth, when it was the only continent in the world, people came from another planet and moved to Earth after observing for a while. During this period, there was less dry land on Earth. According to me, this period, that is, the Pangean period, did not last 3,230 billion years. It was much less than that. After the breakup of the only continent left by humans during the Pangean era, nothing remains. In my opinion, the biggest disaster on Earth happened during the breakup of a single continent. That is, Pangaea. After that, there was no such powerful disaster on Earth. It is said that the Earth was completely covered by ice, there was a fire, and it was flooded. My attitude to what was said is as follows. First, there was an ice age on Earth. I have no idea how many times the freeze happened or how long it lasted. Some scientists claim that the ice sheet completely covered the Earth and lasted for millions of years. According to me, if the ice age on Earth lasted for millions of years, life would not be able to live in water or on land. Without oxygen, all living things would perish. It is not at all convincing that the Earth will be completely covered by ice. It is true that there are 2 ice-covered planets in our solar system. There is no living organism in the upper or lower layers of these ice-covered planets. If the Earth was completely covered by an ice layer, then about 9 million living things would not be able to live. According to scientists, modern people living on Earth say that they were settled about 25 million years ago. Considering that the Earth was created for living man, this number is very small compared to the age of the Earth. In this case, the Earth cannot remain without people for 4 billion years. So what happened to the people who lived on Earth during this period of 4 billion years, and where did they disappear? Then let's examine the factors that keep living things alive on Earth. First of all, people. First, oxygen. Second, water. Third, food. Fourth, heat. Fifth, light. If there is no oxygen, all living things will perish for a short time, and those living on land will perish even faster. All land-dwelling creatures, primarily humans, can live 30 to 40 days without water. When the water is stagnant and the top is covered with ice, the oxygen content in the water decreases and life dies. The third sign is food. In the absence of food in a short period of time, the energy source of living creatures, whether on land or in water, decreases and they become weak and perish. The fourth sign is heat. In cold conditions, the blood circulation freezes in animals living on land or in water, and as a result, the animal dies. The fifth is light. Living on land and water without light, even though living things live for a long time, they eventually perish because light is the guarantee of the way living things live on Earth. Now let's examine and see which of these 5 factors can destroy humans on Earth or force them to leave them. How can oxygen, which we consider the first factor, disappear from the Earth? In my opinion, it is very unlikely that oxygen will disappear. Oxygen can only be removed from the Earth by burning. There is no force in our galaxy or solar system that wants to burn it either, or it doesn't need to. If the oxygen in the atmosphere disappears for some reason, it will not take long for living things to survive. In a short time, it is possible to fill the place of oxygen that may disappear due to water and greenery. The probability of the disappearance of oxygen, which was the first life-sustaining factor on Earth, was 0. The second factor, water, came to Earth once and never disappeared. The third factor, the food supply, the ocean, the sea, the land, and the greenery, is and always will be. The fourth provision is heat. The Earth and the sun will be quiet. The fifth factor is light. The sun will be abundant. These 5 factors have existed since the creation of the Earth. Then, while all living things on the Earth, which was created 4 billion years ago, appeared around 4 billion years ago, why did man appear 25 to 50 million years ago? In my opinion, humans existed on Earth during the single continental period. During the period of division from one continent to 5 continents, either people were completely destroyed, or some of them remained in a safe place and continued to live. The complete destruction of people can happen due to the fact that the Earth is completely covered by ice. The fact that modern humans appeared 25-50 million years ago confirms this theory. It is not known how many human generations have been destroyed since the planet's creation, due to the fact that its surface is completely covered by a layer of ice. So can the Earth be completely covered with ice? Earth's climate is provided by 2 sources of energy. First, the climate of the upper layer of the Earth is provided by the energy of the Earth and the energy of the Sun. If either of the 2 energies decreases, icing will occur.